Hi, Yenizel. It's Lisa again. You're getting so sick of me. Okay, so we're on part 4, and for this reading, this was all about the ex and what's going on with that, where it's headed, what you need to know for your highest good. I thought that was important. So this is a very private video for you. So let's get into it. First of all, we got the Fool card, and that is number 0, which really does coordinate with your 1 and your 0 and your birth date. I'm going to see. I personally don't think it helps for me to hold these up. So I got in as close as I could. So we got the Fool, number 0. It's this beautiful kind of angelic being blowing her horn. She's in a very mystical place with the sunset in the back. Very beautiful, dreamy-like card. Okay, so the Fool again is number 0. As weird as that sounds. And so in regards to your situation, the Fool is telling you here that this person in question will reappear in your life without ill intentions. So I guess you could say he already has and will continue to. But they may not be looking for a relationship at this moment. Remember in the channeling I did yesterday, I got for you, I'm saying, honestly, if there were any kind of reconciliation, which I truly feel I see, I was looking at the number 8, and I felt it was not 8 months, it was more like 8 years. A lot would have to happen in that time period. You guys are both in relationships. There's children involved that may need to get a little bit older. So the Fool is saying here for you, they might not necessarily be looking for a relationship, but they're breezing back into your life, so to speak. So so basically the Fool is telling you, and it's a very positive card. It can be, negative as well, but in this case, next to that 9 of water, which is the 9 of cups, the girl, that mermaid, looks like you. But anyway, the two of them together are giving you a very positive outcome. So I would say, though this outcome is not yet set in stone, you should find and live in the present moment. And enjoy what communication and what you have for what it is. And that can also be in your marriage as well. Don't expect too much of a commitment from this person at this time because they're not ready yet to provide this for you. Common sense, really. Also, the Fool, it can tell you to jump in, and don't overthink it and just do it. But in this case, I would say no. I wouldn't jump into it. But what's really cool is if you get the Fool and the 9 of cups, 9 of water, which we'll go to next here, very watery card. Again, we're dealing with emotions, and cups is the deck, well, not the deck, what's the word I want? The suit of love and emotions. And a mermaid is a very powerful, she is like the beacon waiting out there to call in the love, or is the signal. I call it kind of like the signal of love. 9 is kind of also, again, it's like number 10. Number 9 is almost to a completion. Something has come to a head, so to speak. And the 9 of cups, along with the Fool, really is saying that your wish will be fulfilled in a completely unexpected way. Also here, just to note, she has a treasure box, and there's diamonds, beautiful, beautiful crystal diamonds, and of course diamonds are crystals as well. So it's kind of like you are at a point where you feel content with some of the communication that's been going on here. The Fool is also a card all about communication. That's why you see the horn, the blowing of the horn. It's the signal. That's why they go well together. So she's content. She's kind of pondering on this treasure box of gifts she's been given. I almost, see her, though, still contemplating further in this card a little bit more. But it's a very auspicious card along with the Fool. Again, your wishes will be fulfilled in a completely unexpected way, and you're just feeling grateful at this time for some answers. That's what I see with that card there together. And I'll see if there's anything else I can tell you. Yeah, the Nine of Cups, Nine of Water is another very positive card. Your wishes come true, like the girl in the box there with her treasure box. Joy, happiness, getting what you want, contentment. So this is a time of feeling content. You feel like you've gotten some answers and some clarity, okay? So this card gives you a definite yes. Like, yes, I still feel like, yes, you were right. Yes, this person wants to communicate with you, is going to continue to communicate with you. And this will lead to more down the road if it's something that you want, though that's not quite set in stone yet. It kind of depends on how things develop, okay? So those are those two cards together. Then we got Bridget. Let me get to my screen here so I can see. Bridget is, if you look at her, she's very beautiful. She's got that round circular aura symbol behind her head, which I find very coincidental for your reading. So I feel like she's connected to symbolism. But that fire, she's holding that fire right on her heart chakra. And of course we got the green in her clothing representing the green, the heart chakra. She's very fiery with that red hair. She's all about passion and fire and love. And it says, Bridget, it says inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Okay. A little bit about her background is Bridget is a Celtic goddess of Ireland who is closely associated with fire and the time of spring. She is the twin flame of Cernunnos. Okay, that's why I put him there, because they are twin flames. I thought it would be interesting to bring in her twin flame. We'll get to him next. She was very well loved by the Celtic people during a time when Christianity came to Ireland, and she was adopted as their holy saint for their wells and their holy places. She's a powerful figure who can help you channel your energy into something that is important for your own personal growth. She adds longevity to your journey, so you can call on her to bring her sacred flame to burn away anything that's not serving you at this time in your life, okay? So when you're taking that time, like you should be today in the next 7 days, to contemplate, sit back, relax, rejuvenate, meditate, call on Bridget and ask her to envision that beautiful flame, over your heart chakra, and ask her to remove anything that no longer serves you, because you're ready for the next stage of your life, according to the sea. So, and then of course ask her to bless any new projects that you have in mind for support with her fertility. So she's also very fertile, and the two of them together actually represent fertility in growing things, growing relationships, having children. I mentioned yesterday that I saw children in your future. I did pull these cards after that. Children in different ways, maybe working with them, but this in regards to relationship also talks about fertility. So that's interesting. So basically what Bridget is here to tell you is your spiritual fire is growing within. Recognize that the power of your soul is greater than you even thought before. You've come a long way since you began this journey, and it's a powerful force within you, and you have the ability to create wonderful changes in your own life and inspire those around you. It says, do be aware of new projects, though that doesn't relate to this relationship reading, but be aware of new opportunities and fertile ideas that grow into something larger than you may imagine. So just call on her to light your way. So like I said, I wanted to bring in her twin flame, who is Cernunnos, and I don't know if you remember yesterday's reading, you might want to compare it. He does remind me of the King of Pentacles, because they both had these antlers, but this guy's got more of like a ram. This guy's like a real warrior, which we again talked about yesterday with that flame reading. Kind of reminds me of him a little bit, but he's kind of a unique guy. He's very earthy, very into nature, and it says, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So these two together are fire, passion, love, sensuality, fertility, and him being the ram, he's a more aggressive feeling. So let me go to his. I'll tell you a little bit more about him as well as her twin flame. So it's pronounced Cernunnos, also known as Herny. He's also a Celtic stag god. Ooh, stag god just makes me think of reproduction. But anyway, who represents connection to the earth. Like I said, he's a very earthy kind of guy. He is one of the oldest recognized Celtic gods and features a cauldron on his cauldron a giant silver vessel from the Iron Age, which we are not seeing on the card. He is a lover of the Great Mother, and impregnates the land so that it will be filled with life. He can help us form a connection with the animal spirits and ancestors of the land. All right, so basically, there appears in this message to be a deep buildup of life force within you now, and you need to channel it into action. You might feel like you have extra energy when you rejuvenate for the next 7 days, or even an increased sensual or sexual energy. And I don't really need to know much about that. That's for you to figure out. But you're kind of in this passionate, fiery action state right now. And when we're not expressing ourselves sexually, our spiritual potential can become kind of muted or, kind of blocked out. You want to maybe take a look at that in your life and making sure that you are living your best. You deserve love. You deserve to be loved. You deserve passion in your life. You deserve sex. You deserve love and all of that. Make sure that you are expressing that. Don't even though there's a time where you're feeling connection with this other person, make sure that you're still being intimate in your personal relationships right now. It says if you are denying yourself of desire in any way, ask yourself how you can fulfill it, and call on Kernanos to help you access your sexual self so that you can express it. It's healthy for you to express it. It's healthy for the partnership you are in, for yourself. This card also says if you and your partner are trying for a child, and this card appears, fertility is very possible, especially if Bridget, well, he didn't really appear, Bridget appeared, but that's his twin flame. So I'm just, not necessarily that you're going to have a child right now. It's a possibility. I don't know your circumstances, but for this particular reading, I felt that children will be involved in the future of this twin flame relationship, whether it be his, whether you two come together to have one of your own. Not sure. You'll have to, this is for you to interpret as well as me, because only you know where your path leads, but it's a strong indicator here. So, all right, so that's our twin flame group. I thought that was very neat. Now we have To the Sea, and if you look at the card, we've got number 7. You probably can't, these are the lightest cards of the deck. We have a woman floating on the ocean. She's actually a fairy. She's got like a telescope. She's got her little directional thingy. I can't think of what it's called, a compass. And then you kind of have this, in the clouds, you see a face, okay? And so this card, for me, it's saying to be in flow right now, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, which makes total sense. A natural pattern of events has occurred. So it's kind of like cool, like it's okay for you to feel right now to be in the flow of life, because now you've had these events and situations kind of come into reality, and it was almost like you knew it was going to happen, but it's also a time to kind of let it be fluid and effortless, kind of like that yin card yesterday. This card reminds you that you need to, and you are going with the flow of exactly what you need to do right now. So everything is where it is supposed to be, okay? But at the same time, ride the wave of opportunity formed by this current and perfect condition that you're in right now, this phase. Just allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow, kind of like that ocean, that river, the tide, into your sea of life. So when this card does show up in relationship, you need to decide to go with the flow rather than try to dictate or control the course of where you're going to go with another person, in the future. Just kind of let go of the need to have things go your way and allow the relationship to develop on its own. Let it ride the wave, you know what I mean? Ride the wave, just go with it. Try to, stay abroad, kind of like you're on your paddleboard if you have one. And enjoy it, enjoy it, let it build, let nature take its course. We've got the course with the compass. She's kind of looking forward. I feel like she's looking forward to the future. And don't steer the ship. Let the ship kind of sail on its own right now. And, and see if the both of you can kind of transcend your personalities and kind of allow it to become a partnership if it's going to. and form its own identity. Okay, even if it's just a friendship. Keep this in mind too. This can also be related to friendship. This doesn't necessarily mean this has to be this love, passionate affair someday. Build on the friendship. Friendship's always awesome to start with. Friendship is the foundation for everything. Although I just see this deck with the twin flames and just the positive message with the Fool and the yes, and we get a yes here again, which I'm getting to next. It's just really leading to a direction of a future of some sort of reconciliation that goes in a very positive direction. You might not be aware of that being what you want at this time, but it is going to be in your future. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Let those opportunities in the sea, of the seawater, kind of like wash over you and wake you up to your, your potential future. Okay, that's why I said that card. Okay, then we have this beautiful card where we've got, it says yes, just say yes. So, and I do remember, saying as part of this, question prior to pulling the cards, as I was pulling them, is this man still holding a flame for Yenizel? And I know, and I think it was right when I pulled this card as I was pulling them all, and it was yes. We can take it a couple different ways. This person's pointed towards the pyramid, the triangle of light going to the heavens. And all I can really say about this card, and even the book, I don't know if I can show you, you probably can't see it. All those words there are yes. Yes, 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 yes. Don't overthink it, just say yes. So, in regards to this relationship, just keep going in the direction that feels right. The friendship is fine, build that foundation of friendship. I feel strongly this is something you want, as far as the connection and knowing that this person still cares, doesn't hold any bitterness towards you, I believe still loves you. That's what I get there. That's, again, for your interpretation on the card. These look a little crooked. And it bothers me. All right, then we got the communication is key, new moon, and Gemini. Another really good card. This one's basically telling you new moon and Gemini is, again, about communication. Perfect for this situation. Communication is something it sounds like you guys are doing. You have been doing subconsciously. And are continuing. You said that he was even actually commenting to some stuff on social media that involved you, so that totally makes sense right here. Those are the twins there. Gemini stands for the twins, and it's a new moon. So as you see, you can see a little bit of light on the bottom there. It's a new moon, and it's all about to start a new cycle, actually, of communication with the person that is centered around this question, which is your ex. So this is a new cycle of more communication. It's the opening. It's the beginning to that new cycle. Okay, it makes complete sense. Sounds like you're on track with that. It does also say this card can mean it's a time to tell someone how you feel. You might get that from somebody else as well. It's not that you have to admit anything, but it could mean that. It also could mean don't be all in your head and not in your heart at this time. Don't overthink it. Like we said here, don't overthink everything. Just live in your heart. Feel what you want to feel right now in this week, or however long you need to think about things, and just let it all gestate. It could mean someone is flirting with you. It also means read more books. That doesn't really relate to love, but maybe get caught up in some new reads. And so Gemini is a sign of communication and socializing and ideas and travel, and the energy around it, no matter when you pull it, is speedy, gossipy, and flirtatious. So we got the twin flame, we got the flirtatious, we got the love card, because cups over there, being grateful for all that. So it's all about flirtation, speedy communication, gossipy. Be careful of gossip. I'm not a big fan of gossip, but anyway, the new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to get out and socialize after you recharge. The card can also indicate being mentally scattered. You may feel a bit scattered right now, hence the time to recharge. I'm not sure. Only you would know that. I would understand that you would Probably feel a little scattered just with some new events that have happened, but at the same time, I believe I'd bring you some good peace of mind. Daily meditations, it says, will help to unscramble crossed wires in your brain, which we already know. That keeps coming up for you big time. All right, last card here in your romance, future romance, is action. And this one says movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. As you see, she's a beautiful woman. Red, that fire again, that passion, that love for life, love for others. Number 3 is the card numbers. We have a 7 and a 3 and a 0 on these cards, and a 9. So she's all about action. There's that Mars, that passion. It reminds me of Bridget in a way, very much so, with the red hair, the fiery, passionate heart chakra, and all that love stuff. So this card is a nice card to get. And so basically, listen to the call of your inner rhythms and take bold action in the direction of your dreams starting today. So we stand, it's saying like you're standing at the edge of your dreams, but you might feel overwhelmed a little by the uncertainty of how best to begin this new cycle that we just discussed. This card is kind of like reminding you that you don't need to see the entire path ahead. You just need to kind of clarify where you want to go or where your intentions will go. Sooner or later, you're going to need to do that. And then allow the rhythm, like the dancer is, let the rhythms of your calling begin. And take the first step in faith, knowing that the universe will align and support whatever you decide with this question. Consider an area of your life that you are ready to change or transform. Ask yourself what physical action you can take today, or even perhaps maybe in the next 10 minutes. This is very action oriented, like bing, bang, boom. Then assist in bringing about this goal. And if you get any answers, just follow your answers. Don't feel overwhelmed by the end results or not knowing or the details of them in between. Just begin. Take the first steps. And then it says, when our actions stem from a sense of inner knowing, like a dancer moving to the pulse of an inner rhythm, our steps will always be guided and true. Don't wait for things to happen. Just start dancing and the music will rise to meet you. So even though this one says don't take action, this one's telling you to take action. So because of the number 3 being there, I'm seeing that one coming up. Let's see, January, February, March. I'm sorry. I was thinking that is March, but so you could take this 2 ways. You could look at it in the next 3 months, August, September, October. Maybe start putting this new cycle will be starting soon here, and kind of putting some action plans together for yourself, and then feeling how that feels for you, and then taking action on them. Or it could also mean 3. I'm thinking of the month March of next year. So, again, you interpret that the best way that feels for you. Again, I see it being very fiery and passionate and full of love. I say allow yourself to enjoy the movement of the way things are going right now. That's what I see, because it is a movement card. And relish in that. Dance around if you need to. Enjoy it. That's what I kind of see with that. More than anything else. Even though it is an action card and saying take action, maybe enjoy it first. Enjoy the movement, the waves, ride those waves, and then take the action that's necessary when you feel that you've come up with some sort of intentions on what you want. So Yenizel, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. I love doing this for you. I did get your package shipped out today. I will send you that tracking number, and thank you again for paying for the shipping. I totally appreciate that. So if you need anything more from me, just let me know. All right, talk to you soon. Love you.